Alright, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about just overall health, because I'm going to be starting to get into supplements and certain superfoods and foods you should be eating and ways you should be dieting. This is my little princess. Say hey.
Hi.
Alright. But just overall health. The reason that you should eat lighter and eat better and eat superfoods and eat foods rich in nutrients is because your body, I always tell people to think of your body as like a car, right? Now your car needs all sorts of stuff. It needs vapor fluid, it needs oil, it needs gas, it needs steering wheel fluid, it needs brakes, it needs an engine, it needs transmission, it needs all those things. What's that, honey?
Show them.
Show them your pizza. All right, we're eating pizza, but we're eating organic pizza. Difference between organic pizza and regular pizza is regular pizza has a lot of preservatives, has a lot of things that are harder for your body to break down, sort of foreign substances for the body. If you buy organic food, the main difference between organic food and regular food is the very slight differences that some people care about, some people don't. I used to not really care about it, and now I care about it a lot because I know the difference between organic pizza and regular pizza. If I eat a normal, fatty, preserved pizza, I feel like crap. It feels like it takes my body forever to digest it, and I feel like taking a nap right after I eat it. But when I eat more organic things, even like organic pizzas or like an organic burger or something like that, like you notice the difference. Like your body absorbs it better, absorbs it quicker. It's more natural food. It kind of just like breaks it down, you know. Just like if you take an organic apple and you take a non-organic apple and you take a bite out of them and let them sit, the non-organic apple is going to preserve for longer. If you buy a non-organic apple and let it sit on your counter for 10 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it'll be fine. But if you take an organic apple and you let it sit, or organic banana and you let it sit for 48 hours, like it's done. Like if you buy an organic pineapple, you've got 48 hours before that thing is decomposing because it's got taken off its stalk and it's starting to decompose, which is what happens when it goes into your body. If you eat something that's organic, it doesn't have these tiny microscopic preservatives protecting every cell on the outside and then on the inside of the food, and your body can digest it much faster when it's organic and there's nothing covering that. Your body just knocks it out. So basically, you know, your body's like a car and you want the best, most purest things to go through it because it depends on what you want to do. Now, if you're just like a car, if you're just kind of hanging out, no real destination, whatever, most people don't even really notice what's in their foods. They don't really notice the difference between crappy food and good food until a while after starting eating it. Because if you're just driving around, if you're just kind of living your life, you don't really have anything you're trying to get done, you know, it's whatever. It doesn't really matter what you eat, I guess, you know? Like, if you don't really care what you're doing, you don't care how you feel when you wake up, all those things, you just spend your life watching movies and smoking cigarettes and hanging out and going to the bar, and, you know, then you might not notice what you eat as much, or you might not care as much, or you might be like, I don't notice, you know, but anybody who has a destination, who has somewhere far they'd like to go, and they'd like to get there fast, you know, a career or a lifestyle or a move or kids or a job or the army or, you know, anything like that that you have like some where you're waking up and you have a goal that you're working towards, that's when what you eat really matters, because what you eat is how good you're going to be, how much you're going to be into what you're doing, how motivated you're going to be, how easily you're going to wake up, how happy you're going to be when you go to sleep, the dreams you have, the thoughts you have are going to be more pure, more positive, all those things. So yeah, just overall eating benefits, overall health. Like, eat better because your body is a, you know, in reality, a 10 billion year machine that's been being built, and it's super awesome and super good. It's amazing that we can eat such crap food for like let's say the normal human lifespan is 100 years, right? I believe it can be up to 200. But let's say normal human lifespan is about 100 years. It's amazing that we can eat, even super unhealthy people can eat unhealthy foods for like 50, 60 years. Completely unhealthy. Terrible. And then die. 60 years. You know, like a human being, even with cancer, you can smoke for like 50 years and then you die from the cancer. You know, it's amazing. 50 years smoking every day. You'd think like if we were any less, you know, evolved of a creature, we would die after, you know, 2 weeks of eating the worst food, you know, but we have such mechanisms to stay alive. And the beauty of that is if you eat well, you know, I know for a fact that just if you look at the studies done or the books that have been written on people that have lived to be over 100 and the commonalities they share and the lifestyles they led and what we know now about health and longevity, it's we're gonna have people in, you know, I was born in 1990, the 2000s, millennials, the people that were born around the year 2000, you know, them, and then you know, people that are obviously after us are easily going to live to be 150, 200 years old. There's no reason that the human body cannot live to be 200 years old. Back in the day, they used to die because they didn't know enough about nutrition. They didn't know what they were missing. It was more natural foods. But like, for instance, I believe it was my great-great-grandfather died in a field when he was like 40 working in the sun one day. He just like died, had a heart attack. He was like 42 years old or something like that. And he was probably dehydrated. He probably had no idea, you know, that he just needed major hydration. And he would have been fine. Honey, don't do that. That's gross. You're a lady. Act like a lady. You know, we used to not live as long because we didn't know as much about health, and now we still don't. We act like we're like a super civilized society, and we really aren't. I mean, we have so many people that don't even believe in nutrition, don't even understand what any of that means, which is such a silly thing because it's the base to who we are. It's the stem to the flower of existence that the human being is nutrition is what you're feeding yourself. You know, if you fed a huge tree just like the worst things you could feed it, it would survive for a while and it would live a terrible life and it would not prosper and it would be not good. And human beings are the same way. If you feed them these terrible things, it just, you know, I was talking to somebody the other day. They had said something about somebody's not good at this. You know, somebody at our job. They were like, "Oh, she's no good." I'm a server, so they were like, "Oh, she's not a good server. She's a terrible server," and they were kind of making fun of her. And I was like, "Well, shouldn't we be ashamed that we can't take a normal person who's not necessarily a good server and bring him in to our group of workers and turn her into an awesome worker? Shouldn't we be more ashamed of that than making fun of her for not being a good server? Like, where's the positivity? You know, where's the positive movement? Where's the positive words for people?" I'm not always the most positive, but I try and I work at it and I think about it and I Google it on how to be better and all those things. And eating is the core, is the base for that. So I think we need to change who we are, change our ways, and live a healthy, better life. This is kind of my first little rant for my YouTube vlog. So I hope you like it. I'll be ranting a lot more soon. Thanks. Bye.